Unfortunately, you've grown up hearing voices that incessantly warn of government as nothing more than some separate, sinister entity that's at the root of all our problems. They'll warn that tyranny is always lurking just around the corner. You should reject these voices.
Benjamin Franklin once said that it is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. But now we have President Obama going out there and telling our recent college graduates to ignore the voices of those who recognize the danger behind an authority with unfettered power. You see, in many cases, dissent is still a very high form of patriotism. Nancy Pelosi will tell you that. However, now that the Democrats have the power, they're not such big fans of dissent anymore. In fact, they're trying their hardest to quash dissent at every turn. For a president that supposedly cares for the forgotten and downtrodden in society, his call to ignore the voices of those that demand government accountability are downright irresponsible. Does President Obama recall those of German and Irish ancestry who were shipped to American concentration camps by Democrat President Woodrow Wilson? Did President Obama forget about when the United States Census Bureau provided confidential neighborhood information on over 120,000 Japanese Americans? They were subsequently rounded up and placed in American internment camps via an executive order by Democrat President FDR. Or better yet, does President Obama believe we should have ignored the cynical voices of those affected by slavery, segregation, and the Jim Crow laws? This is madness, especially when considering the fact that President Obama spent over 20 years in the Church of Reverend Wright, who publicly proclaimed his belief that the American government manufactured and distributed the AIDS virus. You see, what President Obama is doing here is advocating a myth of limited government proponents that will not be easily overturned amongst low information voters. The moment this nation ignores the warnings of those calling for government accountability is the moment that history will begin to repeat itself.